Rain down there goes. He gets this.
All right, everybody, this is Bill Kanda, Custer County Chairman of the Board of Commissioners. It's Wednesday, July the 15th, 2026, 9 a.m. Please silence your phones. And by the way, it's a historic day. It's my birthday today.
Oh, is that right?
So I'm proud to be here.
I
Thank you, everybody.
gave up on those time ago.
Not me, man. My wife reminds me all the time, it's the most sacred holiday to her. Not my birthday, not my birthday.
All the neighbors.
The neighbors and everybody. Okay, silence your phones and let's please call this meeting to order. And please stand for the pledge.
You have me, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Paul.
Please join me in the invocation. Lord, we just come before you and we thank you for all the personnel that is out there fighting this fire, working on breaks to protect the west side. Lord, we just ask that you'd be with all of them, the pilots, the support groups, the incident command team, the state personnel that we have in our EOC, our staff as they work diligently on this as well. Lord, we just ask that you bring some relief, that you would help dampen this fire, and that you would help us serve our citizens in a way that gets them back to their homes, their property, in a manner that is swift and efficient and caring for them. In your name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Lucas. Roll call, Kelly.
Mr. Kanda.
Here.
Present.
Mr. Vogelsong.
here,
County Attorney Dan Slater.
here.
BOCC Admin Caitlin Womack here, and Clerk to the Board Kelly Camper present.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. The audience introduction, and we have a large crowd out here. Let's start with Barry.
Barry Key, Workforce Housing Committee.
Thank you, Barry.
James Gilbert.
Thank you, Jim. Who's online? Anybody? And who? Brian. Oh, Vernon. Okay. Okay, good. Any amendments, guys?
None from me.
I have none.
None here. So it reminds me of the newscast. Mowers and beepers and garbage trucks. Okay, with that, approval of the minutes, please. Got a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the July 6th special meeting and July 8th regular meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve the minutes. They were good. Thank you, Kelly, for being on top of it.
Right, Stan.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have any problems with.
Okay. Okay, therefore, let's call for that vote. All in favor of approving those minutes for the special meeting in the July 8th meeting, say aye. Paul?
Aye.
Lucas?
Aye.
And aye. Commissioner items. Paul?
Just a little bit, the fair's up and running. Very well, we're on track, on target, everything's working good, they got everything repaired before we got the fire ban, where they couldn't weld. So all the pans are up and running. Other than that, we're still operating out of the community center in Wetmore, passing out food and water and hydration, and we passed out of 360 meal boxes we received. We passed out 65 of those, and those are also for the people when we open 165. So about all, yeah.
Anything else? No, that's good. Lucas?
So right now the fire is, the newest update this morning is fire is at 99,000, just over 99,000 acres. Containment's at 36%. Total personnel is 1,767. The Alaska team has moved on, and the Northern Rockies Complex Incident Management Team 6 has assumed command of the Aspen Acres fire, led by the incident commander Rich Cowger. So little bit of a change there, but Otherwise, mainly we're just working on things that we can do for this fire and supporting the team and working on coming up with recovery plans. So.
I think it's worth mentioning, because people don't quite understand, why is Alaska here? When it's a federal, when the feds take over, there across the whole United States, there are sectors, teams that are established. Alaska team, other teams around the country.
Mhm.
The Alaska team got called because all the other teams in the state were tied up with other fires that we have and Utah has. And so they ended up coming in here, and they will be relieved with another team. And so, because this is a significant fire, and so I never quite understood why people from Alaska were here, but not only that, but it's a great setup.
If I may, on the way in, I passed a fire truck that was parked right there on Main Street and everything, and it was from Steamboat. So
Yeah, we got a lot of people helping, and as you
Yeah.
said, 1,000 of them are here.
the call went out.
Okay, you don't have anything else for now? Okay, two items here from me that are fire related, sort of. Here, we had an airport meeting as well. The United States Forest Service, I should say, has decided to establish a heliport here in Custer County. And this is for good reasons, because they have teams that go along with these fires, and they have their Chinooks, big helicopters, big capability to carry lots of water. And also they noticed that it is a lot closer to Lake Louise than it is to the Pueblo Reservoir. And in fact, one way that going to the Pueblo Reservoir and back, one way is 12 minutes, and that's pretty fast, those helicopters, but they're little helicopters. And if they had been going to Lake Louise, it would have been 6 minutes. They timed that. So we've got twice the water on the fire, and maybe somebody's life could have been saved, or a house maybe. So it's great that they've done that. And so they we're working. We'll see what happens. And they have several options. One's this Aspen Fires heliport, or another thing that later on is to sign a 5-year deal with them in case there's other fires that they would like to come back to support in the area. Now we will discuss later down the road. Okay, and then the other thing is to mention the road and bridge, everybody's favorite subject. And I wanted to bring it up because people are wondering, we're getting letters to the road boss, to me, to Lucas, to Paul, that says, you guys don't know how to grade roads. You knock the tops off, they fall into the valleys. And sometimes that happens because they're dry and dusty and dirty, and the rocks are below it because it can't keep them on there. Can't get enough water this year, not enough rain. But I want you to know, and they see graders there's a grader up on Boneyard Park's been parked there, and you wonder, why anybody, we're great, we need the grader. Well, that's because all the personnel are on what the priority is, and that it happens to be Airport Road right now up to Waikale, and then they're going to go back into the Rosita area, and then tomorrow they'll be going all the way down to 69. We would like to use mag chloride. That's going to be available here later on. Start using that instead of chip seal on the roads. But right now, I want you to know a couple things for the record. Copper Gulch Road had 30 loads of water put on it yesterday. 319 and 320 had 18 loads yesterday. We're hauling this from Lake Louise. Time on those is an hour almost. Airport is finishing up on Citation Drive. They will be going, like I said, to 96 tomorrow, 341, 318, and clear down to 96. Lake Louise, what we need, we have personnel enough right now. We got lucky, but we lost a truck. We got it repaired, a water truck, had a broken spring. It's been repaired. So we got all the water trucks, and none of them are dedicated to the fire. They're all ours right now because the fire complement of equipment is there today with the feds and everybody else. But what we do need is and we're going to look for this in the future, is an 8,000 gallon tank or tractor trailer to park, so that we can cut the time down, turn time, because you can imagine driving Lake Louise to all these roads to far south into the valley, and even out down south takes time. So that would be a worthwhile investment that we're going to look into. We don't need to hire additional people. That grader's sitting there not because there's not enough people. It's sitting there because we're operating the most efficient way we can with the equipment we have. And what else was? Oh, we got a belly dump that broke down, and then they had to take it down to Penrose to the Dirks in Penrose might have a busted head. So that is one belly dump that's out right now that should turn pretty quick. So I want to bring everybody up to date. The road and bridge is working in the best interest for the county for the money we got and the capabilities we have. Anything else to add, guys?
Just one that the tanker out of Wetmore is still supporting fire.
Yeah, well,
That
that
tanker.
tanker's down.
Doesn't affect us up here, but just let you know that tanker is operating with the fire department.
Right. Okay. So with that, let's see if, Dan, do you have anything to mention?
I don't.
Okay. Chuck,
Prior to the July 2nd or 22nd meeting, which is next week, we're having a mandatory staff trainings next Wednesday and Thursday.
that's right, that's a yearly thing.
That's next.
Okay, July 22nd. And let's see what else we got here. Any unfinished business? I don't have any.
No.
Not done.
Okay. A new business. We lead off with accounts payable, and Lucas has that. Who says?
So the amounts over 5,000, county commissioners to thin air for the TV towers to get the channels back up and going, $11,340.74. Health insurance to Meritain for June health insurance, $46,852.13. Elections and registrations, KP LLC for ballot printing and mailing. For the primary, I take it this was for the primary, or is this for our upcoming one? Primary in the amount of $12,405.54. County Sheriff for InnoCorp for SO Leaf at $6,451.32.
I want to break that acronym down, can you?
The Sheriff's Office Leaf, I don't know what
I
the,
can't
I'm not
remember
sure what the Leaf program is,
Yeah.
but it's something that's through them.
Yeah, and I can't remember what it is either, but we'll get back to you.
Road and Bridge, McFarland Oil for fuel, $29,484.08. Tourism, Peter Strader for the Hanson Hall July and August lease payment of $6,000. CTF for CC Fair Board, it's for the CTF funds in the amount of $11,411.97.
I have been on
Question.
the LEAF program from the sheriff's office is seatbelt enforcement and education safety procedures.
There you go.
And equipment.
Thank
I
you.
should have asked Vernon in the first place. Being that he's well intimate with that.
That's right.
Yes.
I have a question. You mentioned $6,000 thing design hall for tourism. Does that come out of tourism's money that they collect from the?
That's coming out of a grant.
It's Hanson.
Hanson Hall.
Did I say Hanson?
Yeah, you did.
You did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's from a grant.
Mhm.
Okay, so the total for AP was in the amount of $211,174.90.
Okay, then I will move that we approve the AP report for July 15, 2026 in the amount of $211,000, $174, I'd say, and 90 cents.
I'll second that. Yeah, the number, yeah. Yeah.
Any other discussion? Any other questions out here? Okay, I'll call for that vote. All in favor, say aye. Lucas.
Aye.
Paul.
I'll focus on.
Shanda, aye. Okay, up next. The grazing lease on the old landfill And I'm assuming that's the landfill on 69 out here. Is that correct?
Now it's actually off of Lake Louise Road.
That's what I mean.
This is a
That-
fire.
Up
training
high, I'm
area.
sorry. That's the training area where you see the car burned
Correct.
out.
Yeah, yeah, it's that half of that 40 acres.
Yeah. Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the grazing lease on old landfill land for Kit Shy.
I'll second that.
okay, it's been moved and seconded to accept that. Any
I should
discussion?
say that we should put this, I would say that we should put this into a formal lease through our attorney too, but this is,
Authorized.
if we weren't willing to do it, then there was no sense going to Dan.
Yeah, we'll have you look at it.
Well, I'll put together, I mean, this is really just a proposal, I'll put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if you want to have that back in front of you, or if you wanna just.
There's no need
No,
to
it's
if
just
you.
Approving,
An agreement to use.
yeah, and that's fine.
We have to sign.
We need, yeah, him to sign it and us to sign it,
We
so.
can sign it, so we might as well.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Make it legal.
Okay, doke. I'll call for that vote. All in favor?
You're gonna take public comment on that?
Well, yeah. Any comments out here? I think there would. Okay, so we will, I will call for that vote to approve
Thank you.
formalizing a lease agreement. And coming back to the board with that agreement, and we'll look at it. All in favor, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Folks,
Can I?
don't keep our weeds.
It's not very big. There's only what, a few cows he's got. Won't take long. Okay, approve the airport paving project.
No, you just.
Wait a minute, I had to. Oh, it's that's right, developer agreement for the Village at Silver Cliff project. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Okay, Barry? Barry, what?
This agreement is for the 12 lots that the county owns in Silver Cliff. That's dedicated to affordable housing. We have a developer, America West from Keller County, that has come to agree with us on how to develop that. And this agreement principally, and Dan will correct me if I missed something, but principally what this agreement does is allow that developer to claim ownership of that land to do the development work. So he can use that as an asset and collateral when he goes for his funding. It is, the idea of the agreement is to protect both sides where should he fail in any way, effectively the land reverts to the county. And there's lots of variances and so on built into this thing. And there is a very detailed deed restriction requirement that must carry forward for if he sells his part of this at some point. The deed restriction on the land has to hold up, and there's an amendment or an addendum to the agreement that's very specific. Dan and I went back and forth on that a little bit. We've got, I think, a very good deed restriction agreement. And the main contract requires that that deed restriction would carry forward on any kind of transaction subsequent to the building out and opening of this property.
And the mayor, that went through the mayor's office up there in Silver Cliff, I assume.
No, this is not involved Silver Cliff at this point.
Not yet.
Right, so this, what this does is this creates the framework for how the county would transfer the property to the developer and what the developer has to do in conjunction with that. The next step for the developer will be to go to the town of Silver Cliff and work with Silver Cliff in terms of what it's going to need in order to issue permits.
Get the
to
right,
deal with zoning,
meets
whatever.
the zoning and whatever.
But and what often happens in these kinds of things is the entity that is transferring the land is also the entity that does the permitting. And so you have one agreement that deals with all of that, but here we
Follows
have
through.
we have an entity that does the permitting and the entity that owns the land are two different entities, and so we have to have two different agreements. I would say there's still some blanks to be filled in on here, so it's not really ready for a signature. So I think if there's gonna be a motion, the motion should be to approve the agreement in substantially the format that's being presented to you. But as you can, if you scroll through, you can see that there's a couple of blanks we have to fill in.
Yeah.
In terms of addresses and one number in there, and then exhibit A and B aren't yet in there, so until we get those, I don't need to sign it.
And those might be included in the copy that is being provided to us, that
Oh.
has been signed by Keith
Well,
and notarized.
Who signed it? Or who?
Meyer,
The
developer,
developer.
he is also.
Okay,
Keith, do you have something to add?
you're muted.
Yeah, no, we've gone through it thoroughly multiple times and feel comfortable where we're at and fully understand the deed restriction and everything else that's gonna be attached as an amendment, so we're ready to roll.
okay,
I want to emphasize that we've spent literally months.
yeah, I know it's been in the works for a long
Been
time.
a process.
Finding all the whole.
Yeah, this is a very unique situation where the county owns the lots, but the ones doing the permitting is the town of Silver Cliff.
Right.
So
So what's in it for the county? We own the lots. Do we get any reimbursement for taxes on it or whatever?
as long as it's, Keith, you can probably answer that more correctly, but since this is part of a nonprofit, if you would apply for nonprofit status, there would be no property taxes.
Right.
Correct?
Well, it's not necessarily true. If we go with the housing authority partnership, then there probably would not be property taxes.
Okay,
We typically have to partner up with an entity like a housing authority or somebody like that to get the property tax waived. We can apply to the state on some projects directly, but
Okay.
there's no guarantee that we will get approved though. But with the housing authority and those types of entities, it almost always has property tax abatement.
okay. So what it does for us, it's just 12 lots that are sitting there that we are having to maintain constantly.
Paying the taxes.
Well, we don't pay
Well, I know,
taxes,
but
but
it's
we
the
don't,
main-
there is no tax
upkeep.
revenue off of it.
Which also take care of liability for the property too, correct?
What we also get out of it is our employers in the county getting.
But we have,
Housing that
That's
their
the big one.
employees can use, and it makes it hopefully easier for our employers to find employees to work
Yeah.
in Custer County.
Because we've got housing for them.
Right.
Double sign.
That's
So
the
if-
big benefit.
if he screws up, well, whatever it is, then what are we stuck with?
The agreement addresses if for whatever reason they decide to abandon the project. And part of it depends on when they do that. My concern in looking at this was always, I don't want the county to be left with a half completed project.
And then have to manage it or do whatever.
And have to assume.
So there's liability that the developer would have to the county if they did that at certain stages of the project. Now, if they abandoned the project before any ground had been broken or anything, there wouldn't be a whole lot of liability, if any, I think, for the developer. But obviously, if they, were a year into building and had constructed and they went bankrupt or something, then there's
Yeah.
protections there.
So in effect, he owns it, so he's liable for all the damages that might occur or somebody getting injured.
Oh, yeah.
And so, until when, and then they turn it over to Silver Cliff.
No.
All they're
The
doing is-
developer will own the property, operate the property, lease out the units.
Okay. That makes sense.
As affordable housing, and they have to lease out the units at a certain rate that is in relation to the average income of Custer County residents. And I think it's no more than 30% of, someone's income.
And that's a statute.
No, that's in the deed.
That's in the, but I mean,
Be our,
how did we come up with that? Is what I'm wondering. Why is 30% the right?
well, that would be it.
Yeah, Barry.
Address a couple of things if I may. One, to their credit, they've already been working with the town of Silver Cliff. And Silver Cliff planning and zoning and there, so that it's not like they're going in blind.
I got it.
You know, Silver Cliff all says, what's going on here? They've been working for a long time. One of the advantages of working with this developer, we did an RFP for a developer to work with the Wet Mountain Valley communities for affordable housing. They're a not-for-profit, and their business model is that they are their own fiscal sponsor. That is, they go find the money themselves, so they have investors, and then they own finished product, and so they are responsible in perpetuity or until they would transfer for the management of the property. We did a housing needs assessment a little more than a year ago, and what it revealed, among other things, is that we needed housing for people in under 60% AMI. These are largely people making $17 an hour and not even getting 40 hours a week in our community. So that was the target we went for when we called about workforce housing. This is a workforce housing project. So that was the target. We then subsequently had a market study done once we focused on this particular project. And the market study revealed the same thing, is that 60% AMI is it. An additional piece of this, though, is some of the financing comes from what's called, or may come from what's called Prop 123. And that can be worth as much as $55,000 a door in rental situations. And they have a cap that they won't fund rental above 60% AMI. So there again, we focus back on the 60% AMI. And so the work we've done in pro formas early on, and Keith's working on now, is to make the community viable with 22 units, 22 dwellings, make it viable where the average has to not exceed 60% AMI.
Okay, thanks. And then the units are apartments, or are they condos, or are they small houses?
11 duplexes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And they range in, I don't remember a quantity of each, but we have 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom units.
Okay, good. All right, that helped clear it up. Any other questions, public? Okay, I'll call for that motion. Go ahead.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the developer agreement for Village at Silver Cliff project with the concession that we fill in the blanks that are still there to be filled in, and the 2 appendixes or exhibits.
Yeah. Okay, and then that'll come back to the board when it's complete, or are we gonna?
Yeah, no.
Didn't have to.
I'll second it.
Okay. Okay. It moved and seconded to approve the development agreement as it was presented. Any other comments? None? Hearing none, I'll call for that vote. All in favor, say aye. Lucas.
Aye.
Paul.
Vogelsong.
Kanda, aye. Thank you, Barry.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Dan, thank you.
Thank you, Keith.
Yeah, thank you, Keith.
Looking forward to working with you.
Good luck. Carry on, as they say, and be calm.
Thanks.
I'm using all that Navy word.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Lucas. Okay, next up. Yeah, we can do the approval of the airport paving project. And I don't have a copy of that here.
Yeah, you do.
Got the
It's right
invoice
there.
for Oak.
That's it.
Oh, this is
That's
it.
what we're
You know, when I saw Oak, I immediately thought. Otherwise,
Disposal.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is it. July the 9th, 2026 is the invoice for the paving and sealing that the board went out and competed for. So they have this in their budget, grade and excavate approximately 5,500 square feet outside the door of the ops building, prepare and compact and subgrade to provide stable foundation, install and compact 4 inches of hot mix asphalt. Roll and compact that asphalt to achieve proper density, provide a smooth, consistent finish throughout the paved area and clean the job site up upon completion, remove all debris. Goes on to point out that we're gonna have approximately 3,100 square feet of area. Prepare that for the again, to stabilize the foundation, install 3 inches of hot mix and asphalt, roll and compact the asphalt to ensure proper density and provide a smooth, consistent finish, just like that, and clean it up. So it's got two parts to it. One is the actual pad itself, and then the approach for 10,000. So the total, the two phases, one's 25,000, the other's 10. The total for the contract's $35,000. So we need discussion.
No,
They
on their budget,
It's in their budget.
what we budgeted, so.
Okay, I'll make the motion. I move that we approve the project, the two-phase project for the paving of the airport area that is described. Online, $35,000.
I'll second that.
Okay, any other discussion?
Where's that? Is that,
Outside the door of the office building on the, between the fuel tank and.
I know it's strong.
Okay, hearing none, I'll call for that vote. All in favor, say aye. Lucas,
Aye.
Paul,
Close on
Kanda, aye.
that.
You got the mount, Kevin? You got it all. Next up, resolution 2634, acceptance of a monetary donation. Okay, over to you, Vernon.
Good morning, welcome. So the Custer County Sheriff's Office received a wildland fire fund grant. And it's called a grant, but the conditions are closer to a donation from the Elkmore Foundation to, excuse me, to assist with replacing BOCC equipment that was possibly damaged or used during the Aspen Acres fire. The wording on the donation was very specific, so we're putting this through a resolution just to show them that we've
Hence the money is gonna be spent for that.
fenced it off. Yep. So 34 recognizes the receipt of $5,000 from the Elkmore Foundation.
So we treat it as a grant, but
They call it a grant, but there are no conditions except where it goes to. So it's very similar to a donation.
So what we're doing is what we've said we're doing, handling all income, recognizing it coming in, and we're gonna recognize it going out in a minute.
Yes, sir.
transparent.
Okay, I'll move that we adopt resolution 2634.
I'll second.
Resolution for supplemental budget and appropriation.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. Any other discussion on this item? Up there,
Let it go. In and out.
Jim, everybody happy? All in favor, I'll call for that vote, then all in favor, say aye. Paul?
Aye.
Lucas? Aye. Kanda, aye. Let's take it in. Get it? Now what are we gonna do with it?
Spend it.
Now, in number 35, we are going to appropriate the funds, excuse me, and increase the Sheriff's Office posse operations account line by $5,000 to a total of $17,000. And I want to stress also, I've been crunching the numbers. In the first week alone, the posse contributed over $11,000 worth of man hours to this fire. We're still compiling the second week, but that was the first week.
Yeah.
So they've been taking the lion's share of a lot of the safety evacuations and operations down there. So just wanted to remind everyone.
And also, it's very important that we're doing exactly what you're doing, logging it, because we need to. Even though the federal monies are 75% handled or given back to us, it depends on how much we spend. And if it was $1 million, it's hard to come up with 25% of $1 million or 2 million or it's 10 million, even more.
Yes, indeed. Donated hours or volunteer hours count as what we call the match. Money that we'll probably not have to pay to the state.
Right.
For the fire operations.
Once it's-
So.
The smoke, so to speak, clears.
as you say.
All right,
But this one basically says we're going to take that $5,000 that's just been received. We're going to give it to the sheriff's office posse operations and increase their budget by $5,000.
okay, got a motion.
Make a motion to
Bless you. That's your button.
26, TAC 35, resolution for supplemental budget and appropriations for the posse for the amount of $5,000.
You made the motion, I'll second it. Okay, so it's been moved and seconded to approve, or to adopt resolution 2635, resolution for supplemental budget and appropriations. Any other questions?
No.
Anything outside? Public comment? Hearing none, I'll call for that vote. All in favor of adopting resolution 2635 as presented, say aye. Paul?
Aye.
Lucas?
Aye.
And aye.
I got one question for you.
Yes, sir.
The highway patrol, do they have a similar type thing, do you know of? Or
Read it.
I know we usually take a lot of their hours on fire, so.
Seems as their state, they've been ordered by the emergency operations,
They should.
the incident command.
Pay them out.
It'll actually go towards the cost of the fire. As we understood it, to understand the first week of the fire cost in excess of $1.2 million in personnel alone. So that's part of that number.
Okay, I just curious.
Understood.
Nice question.
Go ahead.
So, somebody asked me this and now I'm curious about it. I mean, obviously a fire costs millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So our portion that we pay, I know that we get reimbursed and you say 75%.
Yes.
So do we pay that up front and then you get reimbursed or?
No.
Cause that would be sort of hard. I mean, how do you plan for that?
Well,
You can't.
it's impossible to budget for something like this. We could never do it because it's.
Such an unknown.
Yeah, unless it happened every year, then we would have to have a different conversation. There are three funding sources right now. There's state. And then there's two types of funding sources from the federal government. And so there's going to be accountants way smarter than me working for the next couple of years or so to figure out the breakouts and such. There's percentages because part of the percentages on the Pueblo side and part of the percentages on our side. And so by keeping track of all of these, the volunteer hours, the man hours that we've all put in, by keeping track of those things, it lowers our culpable costs that we may have to pay back to the state, because the state is footing the bill for a significant portion of the outlay at the get-go.
Oh.
That's how they get the money to keep operating.
And if I may add to that,
Start operating.
our 214 forms we fill out go toward that amount that we end up paying to.
That's why you have to keep track of all that set.
We have there's a form called it's an activity log. It's called the 214 form, and every single person that has been active on the fire active in all operations relating to the fire, from Caitlin, myself, to the fire guys, to Wetmore Fire, to the search and rescue and the posse, they're all filling out this form that basically we in finance compile and then give a report stating X number of hours has been spent, and these were the activities that happened during that time. And so it goes either towards our match or maybe reimbursement, but right now we're just hoping for a match to reach the thresholds.
And sorry, my approach just asked this after, but in terms of my billing, anything I do related to the fire should be a separate.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
Like an invoice
Yeah.
log or something.
Well, the way I do my billing is they're matted, so the sheriff's office or the
Right.
personnel issues, so I'm gonna create a separate matter just for the buyer.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So,
And also we hire contractors when they'll pay their gas, that kind of thing gets reimbursed.
It's like me using the county vehicle. I log when I'm going to the fire stuff, and that term is fire operation.
So if you put in fire operations, we'll be able to see that and assign it to the correct location.
Right.
On that note, we will be doing I'll have a budget resolution for you next meeting that will increase the budget appropriation for emergency contingencies in the emergency management budget.
Yeah.
We've exhausted the $10,000 that you budgeted there.
Yeah.
And we'll be backfilling that with another infusion. And that will be coming from the contingency fund, which was set up by the BOCC for specific instances like this.
And so they also recognize little counties that don't have. And so big counties like Denver or maybe the fire up in Boulder, for example, they have a lot more emergency money to match with than we do. Okay, another discussion. Thank you, Brent. Okay, all the discussions, I'll call for the vote on adopting resolution 2635 as presented. All in favor of adopting that resolution, say aye. Lucas?
Aye. Wilson.
Kanda, aye. Okay. That's the end of the agenda. Any additional items, please? Thoughts?
None for me.
No.
Okay, public comment, any public comment? Anything online? Who's online still, the two still on?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Just one thing to note for the board to know is that we put down in Wetmore for the spoiled goods, we added a dumpster. And we now have 4 dumpsters down there for spoiled goods. One of them's at the firehouse, 2 of them are at the community center, and one is on Greenwood Drive on the north end by the mailboxes, and they're picking those up daily. And
They Oak,
it's
you
people,
borrow them.
yeah.
Okay.
I called him Sunday and we were rolling, so.
Okay, good. Okay, any other comments? Anybody? Therefore, I will adjourn this meeting at 9:41.
We have unfinished business, everybody.
That's
That's Bill's cake.